Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. Shall we? It's Awoken today. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not, of course. How could I forget something so simple? Let's just get to it, shall we? Without any further ado, perhaps. Ooh, Awoken Stygian. We got Seraph the Temperate with Glimmer, Ice Tornado, and Preserved Thorns. This is a pretty good start. Preserved Thorns is a card that's not really bad to have. There's a lot of cases where it's not good, but it's not bad, so starting with it is pretty nice. And then Glimmer is great. Ice Tornado is whatever. I think this is the weakest of the three, but a solid starter. Of course, don't forget to like if you like, comment if you comment, and subscribe if you want to subscribe, before I forget to mention that. I don't think Firestone Housing. It did a lot of good work for us in a run recently. It wasn't the last run. 2 runs ago, I believe. Now, Spikes or Rejuvinate is an interesting question. Rejuvenate's really fun, and I think it's probably pretty straightforward, especially with a Glimmer starter. I'm gonna go for this. There's a period of time where I always would go Spikes, and Rejuvenate's a little risky here. I mean, it's not really risky, it's just we have the potential to get flopped by this boss. However, Ice Tornado should help with that. +4 on enemies. As long as she's not getting one-shot, it's okay. Now, I believe that this one spawns with a foot soldier behind him, however. So I'm putting a lot on hitting restore at the right time, but also I think it should be fine. The unit draft that we're going to look for here, if we pick up one Razor Sharp Edge, one Wildwood Sap, and a Husk Hermit, not a Husk Hermit, the other one, Shattered Shell, we'll probably win this combat automatically. I'm pretty sure that is just victory. Do a middle floor setup here because I think that I'll be able to draw more restores off of those 3 stings being played on this turn. Or a Glimmer, that works as well. It's a little sad that I didn't get to play Ice Tornado there, but getting the Collector is more important, I would say. Now we just have to restore. 3 restores ahead of the boss is weird. Yeah, these train spirits can go down here. No, I should have put them above, right? Well, we want to, above all else, I want to hit a Glimmer on this foot soldier. Stack up 3. If I hit a Glimmer here, we're fine. If I don't hit a Glimmer here, it's going to be a little bit awkward. Ice Tornado also can work. Ice Tornado is the higher theoretical, right? In theory, this is better. I'd have to lose 3 50-50s for it to be worse. Excellent. Now it's a 50-50, and if we take 5 or 10... Or sorry, no, it's just a 50-50. Yeah, 5 or 10, I was right. Because sometimes, if we hit Ice Tornado, we take 5, and if we hit Ice Tornado, we take 0. So it wasn't really a 50-50, there were 3 cases there. My mistake. Either way, 5 damage for a unit draft trial. I'm fine with that. Awoken's Rail Spike in our first clan pack? But what the fuck? Give me Wildwood Sap. Don't give me this garbage. I'll take Sharpen here. I don't hate it. And I could, there's a reason to grab Husk Hermit, but I think I'll just skip this. I should see a better option, right? We're gonna try to aim every Awoken banner. I should see Shattered Shell. Assuming that all goes right. I should see a Shattered Shell. In fact, I'm going to go on the right path here to look for Shattered Shell. Okay, Animus of Will works as well. This is acceptable. Shattered Shell's a little bit better, but this works fine. I'm gonna give a +10 to Glimmer. I'm gonna give a -1 to Ice Tornado. We're gonna call that good. That's okay. Right, this path is fine. A +10 to a Glimmer is cool. If we hold it over, it's solid, and then pickup of the Animus isn't that big of a deal. I picked the Spikes here because it doesn't really matter, essentially. Animus is worthless. She's a 3x3. So I don't care too much about her. We're also going to set up top floor to lower potential incoming damage through just picking enemies off with a bunch of spells, namely. I guess it doesn't make a big difference what I do here. I can Ice Tornado this or I can Frozen Lance Train Steward. I think that either way I'm fine. I should get away with this. And I should be fine to not take the collector there. There's a lot of cards that we could draw that save this, and one of them was Preserved Thorns. I'll give you a +4. It's okay. And this isn't the sweep boss too, incredibly. In an unbelievable turn of events, I'm not facing off against a boss that does a sweep attack here. Or a spikes attack here. Somehow, Animus is just going to get to take all of her turns, if you can believe it. I certainly cannot. Doing 21 per round. I picked up Sharpen as like the poor man's razor sharp edge on this run. If nothing else, we can at least give her +4s, which is something. Right? Obviously it's not great, but it is something in case they didn't offer me a razor sharp edge. I will pick a steel enhancer here as well. Let me skip. No razor sharp edge, no wildwood sap from our first 2 packs. And the fact that we will never see another common card is really annoying, but I suppose it's alright. We're gonna die Daedalus right now. In our current state, I think we are dead. Although with an extra round or 2, maybe it's okay. What would I duplicate at the Hell Vent? Probably Steel Enhancer. I want to open a Stygian banner here because I want to try and find something like Codcalia. Right, I want to find something that does good scaling to put behind Animus, but if I do that, like it's just, we have to answer how I'm not dying to Daedalus right now as well. Icy Silliphite or Codcalia would probably do it, assuming I hit my spell at the right timing for Icy Silliphite. I'm just gonna go right path here. Because if that banner is really bad, we're guaranteed to die to Daedalus. I'm gonna do something like upgrade Ice Tornado here. Another permafrost in this shop is a little unfortunate. -1 on Sharpen is good. So what I want to do in this deck, well, our end game here is going to be to just play Restore a lot of times. So we're just going to start removing cards. If we live, this works out well, and if we die, we die. It's entirely possible this one doesn't surpass Daedalus because I didn't grab a Steel Shop upgrade, but we'll see. Or just Spell. I'm really kind of afraid to give him Ice Tornado, but I will. I'm just a little afraid. But paying 3 energy for that card is usually going to be a bad value proposition anyway. So, down to 22 cards, we'll have reasonable success cycling through the deck here. It's going to be close if we make it. If we had 1 Wildwood Sap, we would win this for sure, but unfortunately I'm bad at the game this morning, it seems like. So, you know. Unfortunately for us, death does approach. And with these restores, it's really hard to actually stack up any sort of meaningful amount of regen. And by really hard, I mean impossible, because I have to draw more than 1 per turn. It's tough, but perhaps we can find ourselves sneaking by here. He needs to come up here for me. Thank you, Daedalus. And on a turn like this, I feel like playing 2 restores is the best line here. We're going to want to chip Daedalus as much as we can, so turns like that where we get free like 80 damage in. Very useful, very helpful. Gives us a much better chance overall of survival here. I'm gonna Glimmer this 4 so that we don't have to think about it. That's 4 damage we save if nothing else. And take our 5 free. We're gonna try super hard to min-max, because you can see, right? We have 25 health on our Sentient, and that's it. She's not gonna do very well when Daedalus hits, right? She's gonna give me 3 rounds and then we're gonna die. So Daedalus basically has to be under 100 health, and that's not gonna happen. So we're probably going to be killed here, because I didn't find a Wildwood Sap, basically. But we're gonna give it our all, of course, because what else can we do? 90 damage there isn't bad. Need to keep healing. These train stewards kind of suck to hold on to, but I think that there's no outs here. I think we're always gonna die. I think that even if I had upgraded this Animus really well, we would have still died because I didn't draw well on the... Like, on the path here, I did not do a good job of finding regen, which is all that I needed to do. It's close. I think that with the pyre health, we're okay. I think we're okay. It's really close, but I think that since I took higher health, we're gonna live here. 47, so it's 3 rounds? Yeah. Really, like, it's a really frustrating one there, because it's just like, yeah, what did I do wrong? Well, I didn't find any regen for my Sentient. And I'm going to continue to do that poorly, I suppose. Channel Song has a high upside, but I'd have to get this deck to a point where I can draw Channel Song by turn 2. Is that reasonable? Or not by turn 2, by turn 3, right? Is that a reasonable line? Yeah, it's not that crazy, right? With 1 draw and 18 cards, we could do that. I don't hate it. We also have to remove all the Train Stewards, but a +20/+20 on the Animus can be potentially game-winning. We don't want any of this. And we're gonna pick up draw here. Almost certainly. All that this deck wants is draw, even though it's Curse Fell too. All I want is draw. Because in this deck, all that matters is playing as many restores as possible. That's it. That's all we need to do. And now it's really tough, right? It's really tough, because we didn't get offered any Wildwood Sap, and we didn't get offered a Spreading Spores. But we're gonna have to give it our best shot. These are really bad. I'm just gonna roll. Yeah, this is awful. What? How did... Oh my god, no +5/+10s and no +10s in this shop? And no large stone? That's crazy. I guess we have 3 upgrade slots, so I'll give her a multi-strike. Thinking back, I think it was still right to play it this way, but I would have preferred to have taken the +25 maybe. Shattered Shell in this banner? It's too late. Sorry, buddy. I've moved on. Now we just have to, like, it's really just remove so we can restore enough times to win the game. I'll be double stacking restores on this one is the circumstance here. I think that armor 15 is fine as well. It stops the Glimmer from killing backline, but we should be in a position where we're okay. I'm gonna look for the Channel Song. I think it's worth it. Even though it's unlikely to work out here, I still think it's worth it. If I don't draw it this turn and I draw it next turn, I think it's okay. Ah. Oh well, there's Channel Song, a Train Steward here. It's pretty tough, unfortunately. But, like, next time around, this would be crazy powerful, right? Next combat, this draw order would be insane. Very strong. Alas, not today. Okay, though. I think that, like, missing the Animus isn't that big of a deal. It's only 12 damage, so I think that it was still fine to Channel Song there. We'll get her back. Just stack regen, I suppose. I may as well use the stings. I think I might throw this Train Steward away. I don't see really a great reason to hold on to him here. Yeah, I think it's better than playing Restore. I guess for the purposes of cycling the deck, I have to remember we have those 3 stings, but those 3 stings don't really hurt that much. And when we have draws like this, the run doesn't look so bad, I would say. All I need to do is I need to... This is a run that's gonna probably lose because I drew very poorly in terms of Animus upgrades, and it's gonna feel real bad to lose this one. But maybe I'll be wrong. I just, not drew poorly on Animus upgrades, drew poorly on the cards that came with my Animus, I should say. I would rather put it. Buying myself an extra round here I think is wrong with Pyrelight Master, by the way. I want the haste to go through, I believe. Because he resolves 1 less time off of that. And we're okay. Again, we're gonna get chunked again for 17, but it's okay. Going for the Channel Song play was stupid. Like, in hindsight, you look at this, you go, yeah, that was a dumb idea. Of course. Oh, he hit me twice. Yikes, he lived at 1. I'll just play the Animus next time. But, you know. Okay. We went for the high roll, we missed it, it happens. Fire Grow seems really bad here. I think that it's really hard for us to miss 2 draw. And Preserve Thorns is okay. I think Preserve Thorns is okay. I'm gonna skip it though. I don't want things that are just okay. I want things that are good. I'll take on Name Tome. That card, like, it's okay, but it's always okay. It's like, and sometimes it's incredible. Add a copy to your discard pile? Alright. I think that spreading Ice Tornado is really bad, but, you know, I guess it's free, so a free 60 damage isn't the worst. Okay, Large Stone Orb, just like anything here, please. just give me anything that isn't spikes in camp, please. Large Stone's good. It kind of limits our setups, but also it's fine. I think that that's good, and then we'll look for a +10. Good. Much better. 28 times 4 is a much more reasonable Animus there. Now, I think the Channel Song idea is cool. Oh, this boss is really gonna... Oh, fuck, we lost. I don't think we can win this, right? I just remember... How do I ever win this? That's my question to you. How do I ever not die to this boss's stealth? I think it's always doomed. I think there's nothing I can do here. I'm pretty sure there's nothing I can do. I think it's always a loss here. Since I drew Channel Song turn 1, I'm not going to hold off on the Animus. And maybe I have to. Like, maybe my only possible out here is holding the Animus and then Channel Songing her. I'm gonna try that, because if she survives, she'll kill the boss really quickly. I think I have to try this. It feels like it's so doomed otherwise, right? And I think that we can probably hold it on here. Can hang in there. But maybe I'm wrong. It's okay. Well, you know, it's a run that overall just... It's an Awoken run where I didn't get the common cards I would have liked to have gotten, and so as a result the run has felt doomed for the last little bit. I hope to be proven wrong. However, it doesn't feel good. And if I miss it here, I think we just play it. Hopefully we draw Channel Song, no Animus, but that's not potentially... yeah. Unfortunate. Okay. I think I just have to play her now, and we just have to... Well, I mean, honestly, we've come this far. It's not like... Well, the next turn's gonna hurt me, but it doesn't hurt that much, I guess. I'm always playing this card and this card. I'm always taking this 6, right? I guess I'll wait. We'll try again. I feel like there's no other lines here. I feel like I'm always gonna die to this boss if I don't do this. It's a shame that we take that 6, but like, ugh. It's a run that's so close to being good, but I've just been kind of doomed for a while here now, it feels like. Sharpen, Frozen Lance, and we'll take another 8 here. Okay. Oh, Channel Song! I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. Do I go one more round here? I mean... I think I should hit it again, right? I'm pretty sure I should hit it again. Let me think. We'll have 3, 6, 7, 8, draw 6. I think I just gotta play it. Oh. That is so unfortunate. What a shitty way to lose. God damn. Maybe we're alive here. I don't know. I'm not looking too closely at the numbers, but I'm pretty sure that 6 rounds of stealth is enough to punch me down here, right? Oh, it's actually a lot close. Wow. Turns out I didn't even need to. Huh. Turns out the Animus at this health point was enough. Suppose. Alright. Here I was thinking the Channel Song had to be played, and it didn't. I just took 14 damage for nothing. Ridiculous. Ensnare doesn't sound the worst. Doesn't sound particularly good though, but it doesn't sound bad either. The card is like... It's solid, I think. Now this card's coming back, and I'm probably just going to get rid of it, because I think that playing Ice Tornado is bad. I don't know if Ice Tornado... Maybe giving it Consume. Oh, giving it +20 Consume would be really strong. That would be really good. I really want to go to the magic shop here, but I feel like I have to go heal Vortex and Trinkets, right? And we'll maybe go for it over here. I feel like more removals is important. This deck needs to be very, very tiny. Right, and I think I just removed 2 Frozen Lances. It's very unfortunate that my best healing card is Restore. However, that is just the nature of Awoken sometimes, is how it goes. Winged Indulgence is, I think, bad here, because we're about to fight Curse Spell, and we want those guys to hit. But then again, do we want them to hit? It doesn't make a difference, does it? I don't think it makes a difference if they hit or not, because they won't die to spikes anyway. And Winged Indulgence is just good otherwise. Outside of this one niche circumstance where you need revenge to trigger to kill the 1/5s on Curse Spell, I think the Winged Indulgence is just a good pickup. So on this combat, it feels like we're going to... I mean, it feels like we're going to die, right? But I felt like we're going to die for a while here. Alright, excellent. I have to hit Animus with Channel Song. Great news. I think we're going to play middle floor. No, I can't play middle floor, so it's top or bottom. I think bottom floor is better because we're going to get ripped up by curses if I don't play bottom floor. That's my feeling anyway. Perhaps I'll be incorrect. And I'm just going to have to glimmer these two. Hopefully I draw the good glimmer. Preserve Thorns is not it. I think I'm just gonna get hit. I should throw the silence at this guy so he doesn't curse me for the next 2 rounds, and we're just gonna take a 9. It's okay. This run's painful though. Like, this is a run that really, like, again, another run where if I had the information of how this run went, I would just pick spikes. Just pick spikes Sentient, of course. But alas, I did not know. I'll throw an Ice Tornado here. Just one. Didn't save me any damage. Another one would work, but I would be taking 5, I guess, to save 8, in theory. Or I could just Glimmer. Yeah, that seems better. I have to take this, though, so let's actually ensnare here and stop this for now, because I need to play Channel Song. It's the big cornerstone piece, a 48 times 4. This is the big outcome, right? This is our big play. I feel like it's important to make sure we do it. Now, Ultimate Penance here is a little unfortunate. I'm just gonna try to minimize pyre damage at this point. I think it's the way to go. Try to not take anything, if we can. We have to Glimmer this floor. That's okay. I need to make sure that I'm healing my Animus up. Nice. Kill double heavies, die at the 0-5. Interesting. Because he just sets us really far behind, and then these are here. We have the 2 curses now, and I can't stack Regen. Curse Spell's gonna kill me. Yeah, and the Ice Tornado misses. Everything is awful. I'm probably gonna have to start taking curse damage to play healing on the Sentient, and that's my only play. I think I just have to. I have to, above all else, play all the healing in my hand every turn from here on to have any chance. I can't have her going into this final round so weak. But also I could just like try to have my Thorn, my Animus here could just kill Val. I'm gonna do this. I think I need to take this 3. It's real unfortunate, but this whole run is... We're gonna see if we can piece it together. This is second to last wave. The whole deck being Ice Tornadoes isn't ideal either. But at this point I may as well just keep going. No reason not to. We get a free round on Foul for this. I think I need to restore here. And then I could push 90. I think I'll just play the Ultimate Penance. I'll grieve. One moment, I gotta change my headphone battery. I'm gonna look away and then I'm gonna turn around and see if we're getting killed by Foul or not. Ooh, we're fine. Excellent news. Another one where we just scrape by, but that's okay, because this is the fight where they give us... they're gonna give us... Off of this fight, we're of course going to be given a... Spreading Spores, and then we win the game, right? It's real easy from here. From here, this game should be easy. They're gonna finally give me a card that says Regen on it. I'm going to be offered... in my Awoken run, I'm hoping to be offered a single Regen card. Thank you. It's funny, because I've been offered Deep Offering and Gifts for a Guard, and I could have done the stupid Gifts for a Guard Deep Offering Infinite in this run for sure. But I was busy thinking of other things like, how do I not die? Well, we lost. Unless I get something like Awake from our next combat, we probably lost. The no regen Awoken run, how do you win it? I don't know. Well, I suppose we haven't lost yet. You know what else would help a lot here? Edge Prior. Edge Prior would be really big. Would really like to have gone here, but, you know, I have to see a magic shop. Hold over. Hmm. I'm about to, I'm about to make one of the biggest struggle plays you've ever seen in your life. I hope you're ready. No. I'm not going to trade you my health. I'm not going to trade you my money. I'm just going to leave. Prepare yourselves. I hope you're ready. You're about to see, this is what I call the Awoken struggle play. This is the play you make when you go, yeah, like this run is fucked. I guess one thing we could try to do is we could try to remove Consume from Channel Song and then Superpower Animus. That doesn't sound very good though. Anyway, welcome to the struggle, boys. Oh, it's painful. It is painful. And no plus 20 Consume here is pretty sad as well. But, hopefully, like it's unlikely, but if we get a trial we can take here, we could probably swing that into a big enough win. Basically, if a trial, if I think there's a world where this trial doesn't kill me, I'm gonna pick it because I think I need the money to super upgrade my ice spells. Is there a world where Armor 20 emblem doesn't kill me? I think so. I think on this combat we can handle Armor 20. I'm pretty sure it's okay. So we're gonna give it a shot. I just have to slam the Animus and then hope and pray. Because this is the wave that hurts us, right? The wave that's rough is the wave where there are 3 Will Wings, of course. However, that is okay. Because we can potentially kill them with spells. And we don't draw Animus, we drew Animus properly, I should say. No Animus alongside Channel Song. Now if I draw Channel Song next turn, this is extremely optimal. Yes, this is very good. Extremely good. Yeah. We might actually just come away from this combat fine off of this, right? I think I throw 1 heal here and then I kill both of them, right? And then I can even catch the Collector. Wow. Excellent. This held over, like the 0-cost Ice Tornado has been doing some heavy lifting for us, I gotta say. I'll give it up to him. Now we get to restore every turn, which is big. We just stack restores now, basically. I just play as many restores as they allow me to. And we have, one of the other reasons that made me take this combat is because we have the Unnamed Tome, which means that the boss is not scary. I'm gonna maybe turn this into a double heavy. What are we drawing next turn? I think I'm going to ensnare here, so that I can kill him with a Glimmer. I think we're okay here, though. I think we're okay. Alright, and now I do a big old Glimmer down here. I did harvest this guy, but I think it's okay. Do a restore. Yeah, 1 restore kills him. We're just gonna stack our regen through restores here. If we could pick up Edgeprior, Edgeprior could also win us this combat. The big problem is I don't have any space for Edgeprior, so that's gonna be the killing spot there. The Edgeprior doesn't work because I don't have the space for him, but if I had Edgeprior... I mean, we're gonna counteract it not having Edgeprior. I'm just going to... Honestly, my plan for no Edgeprior here is just gonna have to be... I'm going to snare you, because this is right before Relentless. Instead of Edgeprior, I'm just going to try to -1 a bunch of restores. It is a struggle. But we're still alive, so despite all my complaining and all my saying that this is a struggle, we're in it. I can feel everything. Alright. Thank you, Silent Stone. If you're ever wondering why take Silent Stone, right there. That's the exact reason. If you're ever thinking to yourself, man, Silent Stone doesn't seem that good, why does this guy value it so highly? It's because if I didn't have Silent Stone, I'd probably die to this boss instead of taking the trial. And now instead we just crush it. If I didn't have the Silent Stone, I would not have any confidence to take on this boss. I would be very afraid. Okay, the pros of this run is that we have a very strong Animus. Usually you get one or the other of Razor Sharp Edge or Wildwood Sap, and on this run, since we got neither, we are struggling. Now, is Focused Growth a worth pickup here? I think it isn't. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. I don't need healing like that. Although maybe against the Seraph I needed healing like that. Probably not, though. And we skip. Okay. Despite all my complaints, we're here. We're going to struggle, for sure. Especially since this Hellvent is split from the Merchant of Magic. It's very unfortunate. If this Hellvent was with the Merchant of Magic, I think we would have a pretty solid plan here. Since it isn't, it's a little bit more difficult. However, we're going to give it our best. First, because we have to go to Merchant. We have to see all the shops first. What do you have? Light's Gift is pretty good here. Totem Fragment is okay, and Firewall is pretty good. Okay. Permafrost for the 3rd time in this shop. And again, no plus 20, but that's okay. We're going to reduce cost on Restore. I always want to play Restore. I usually want to play Glimmer, but I always want to play Restore. Rolling this shop is a good call, I think. I could Permafrost Channel Song to guarantee it gets hit on the Animus. I think instead I'm just gonna roll for it, right? I don't want to waste the money. I think we need to be very particular with our spending. Plus 20 and consume. This is great. I could have done this, the infinite with Gifts for a Guard and Deep Offering here now. I have the pieces. We could have done it. Too bad. That's the easy way to win this run. Just take Gifts for a Guard, or take Deep Offering on the first one, take Gifts for a Guard on the second one, power out enough removals, and win the game, basically. So Life's Gift is good 66% of the time. 66% of the time I think this is just a winning pickup. I'm gonna grab it. And I should not roll, because I will not be able to afford what they offer me here. Okay, so, and now, is there anything worth removing Consume on? I talked about the Channel Song play. I think it's stupid. I think it's a bad one. Okay, so consider though. Three upgrade spells. -1, remove, consume, hold over on Channel Song. And then you just use it to draw Animus every single turn. For like 5 turns, and you just make her insane. Now that seems like a strong play. I'm gonna remove the last Frozen Lands. Card's useless. At this point, all of these cards are important. All of these cards are relatively important. I think the least important card here is probably Ice Tornado that's upgraded. Even though it's upgraded, I think this card is now useless to me, so we're going to remove it. And that's fine. And then we're going to make one more removal here. We're getting to a point where it's hard to determine what's correct to remove, which is a good point to be at. I think that Steel Enhancer is a wasted draw. That's my hot take for you. Let's do a quick audit of the deck, shall we? So it's, these two go away, this card goes away, that's -3. This is a +2. I'm not going to count this, but I'm not going to count the stings though. I think that counting stings as cards is kind of weird. So I'm just going to count this as one card that stays in the deck, I guess. That's how I'm going to count it. So it's -3. This one is just even now. -4. So we're at 14 cards. If I remove one more card, we draw through the entire deck every turn, basically. It's pretty worth. I don't know what to remove. I think that removing the one that's I'm looking at here, I keep scrolling down to it. I'm looking at Steel Enhancer as a remove. Ensnare is fine, because it's going to pay for itself. Channel Song is getting less and less good, I suppose, as time goes on. But I'm just gonna probably play it. I'm gonna remove Steel Enhancer. I think that +3/+3 at this point isn't game winning. I think that that's an early game card and not a late game card. I guess alternatively I could have grabbed one of these, right? I could have grabbed Firewall there instead of a removal. I think that Firewall was probably a better pickup. It's roughly a 50-50 on if we hit Channel Song or not. Well, no, it's not really. It's a 5 out of 15. So it's a 1 in 3 that we hit Channel Song turn 1. We want to not, for the record. Oh, and we didn't lose space top 4. Alright. I think that... I'm pretty sure that despite all of my bitching, we win. I think that everything has come together now, and I think we win the game. I think. I'm fairly certain that we've won this game. Because we get to Ice Tornado. Yeah, I think we have it. Crazy for me to say this early, right? But I think that we have everything that we need to have here. I'm gonna maximize my damage on Seraph while also... Like, I'm just gonna take all this damage here. I'm gonna take that 400 because I think it's worth. I think it's better than anything else. Unfortunately, my Animus will not be around for the first round. However, that's okay. It might even be good to not play her. Hang on, is it right to not play the Animus? I think it might be. Because if I don't play her, she won't get sapped. No, but if I don't play her now off of Channel Song, I will never see her again. Right, and they'll draw together for the rest of the game. I have to do this now. If I had permafrosted that, yo, that would have been massive brain. Permafrost the Channel Song so that I can make sure that I give the least amount of sap to Animus. Because a single floor setup against the Seraph. Seraph loves this setup. Seraph eats this setup up. However, I think that we're going to be okay anyway. I mean, look at the free... We're just punching a bunch of free damage into him, right? It's not even that big of a deal. But we've already done almost 1,000 here. Because he has to keep coming up here. So here's the way you can abuse this, right? Let me walk you through it. This is a little bit of like information that you don't necessarily need to know about Seraph, but it's good to know for things like Sap Seraph. Seraph basically has one of two outcomes, right? Seraph will... I shouldn't have played that, actually. It's fine. It doesn't make a difference, come to think of it. But Seraph does one of two things. Seraph will either use his... He moves every round, as you can see, and he will either do his effect at the start of his move or at the end of his move. What that means, essentially, is that... And the other thing you need to know is that he'll always target your units with an effect if he is not diligent. If he's diligent, is different. Is the short answer to if he's diligent is, yeah, he's a little different. I wanted to go for that in case we killed this and got to push 60 there, but it's fine. This one isn't diligent, so Seraph is always going to sap this floor. And every other turn, Seraph is going to end up on this floor, essentially, is what you need to know. What that means for you is that every other turn you have access to hitting Seraph on this floor, essentially. That's it. That's all you really need to know. In the terms of planning out chip damage onto a boss like that, you can plan it out in that way. Seraph has to end up on that floor every other turn. It's gonna root this guy. It's a free kill. And yeah, even if you're offered, this is the power of the Awoken, by the way. Even in a run where I was offered no regen whatsoever, and I'm doing a single floor setup against Seraph the Temperate, we're gonna still come out of this one okay, it looks like. I'm gonna throw this Ice Tornado out because I want the damage on Seraph, basically. This Spreading Spores Ice Tornado that I have Consume on is really good. It's just a free 120 damage every couple of turns. I'm a big fan. Now, we haven't won it yet, mind you. However, 19 regen is not the auto win. Like, this isn't an auto win amount of regen. We're going to end this at about 22 regen, I think. 21 to 22 regen, which I think is enough because we're just pushing out a bunch of damage. And I would say that similar to every single other combat in this run, like literally every single boss, floor 4, floor 5, fell, except for the last boss, except for floor 7, sorry. But similar to every single other combat on this run, the correct response to this one, it was close. Like, the chip damage on Seraph mattered a lot. Making sure I maximized my chip damage there was very important. The Lice Gift did a lot as well. And yeah. It's this is a run that's really obnoxious, really frustrating. But what you can learn from this run is that even if you're offered no regen, this is how strong Awoken is. In a run where I was offered, my best two common card pickups were Sharpen and Steel Enhancer, no Razor Sharp Edge, no Wildwood Saps. Despite that, right? Despite this, I was able to win anyway. How did I win this run? Let me walk you through it, because you might be watching this and you might be going, man, this is not a run you should win. You're not wrong. I mean, maybe not. But the Animus with Channel Song combo, very good, very strong. When you pick up Channel Song, because I know that people don't necessarily like Channel Song, when you pick up a Channel Song, what you have to know about it is that if you only have one unit in your deck, Channel Song becomes a lot better. Because in this 17 card deck, I draw 7 cards turn 1. We know that the two of those cards are Sentient and Animus. So out of the 15 possible remaining draws, only 5 of... We have 5, right? We have 5 draws out of 15, meaning that the odds that we hit Channel Song are 1 in 3. So in 66% of cases, we hit Channel Song on Animus of Will turn 2. That's really good. That's really, really good. Because, I mean, not necessarily turn 2, but turn 2 or turn 3. Because we'll just hit, we should hit a Preserve Thorns or an Ensnare. We draw 10 cards the second turn, maybe, or 8 cards per second turn. It's likely. The odds are in your favor that you hit Channel Song on Animus. That's a cool combo. But what you should take away from this is if you're going Rejuve Sentient and you do not have a Wildwood Sap, you don't have an Awake, you don't have a Spreading Spores, the answer to your problems is very straightforward. You take double draw and you reduce the cost on all of your restores. And what we did there was, despite all of the negative things I said, we had no good regen plans, I was just playing 3 to 4 regen per turn anyway, because once you get into the deck, once we play through it all, we're drawing roughly, let's say on average, 8 to 9 cards per turn, and we'll count in the stings this time. We have 2, 3, 4, 5. This card is 6. This is 9, 14, 15. We have 15 cards and we're drawing 8 per turn, which means that it's pretty reasonable to draw 3 to 4 restores per turn. And 3 to 4 regen per turn, plus doing 180 damage to the front enemy, is enough. And then you just stack up enough regen, you take your chip damage where you can. This is a really good Seraph to do this as well. Despite single force setups being weak against Seraph, they're also strong when you're playing Rejuve Sentient, because those early turns where we just pushed like 400 damage for free was really, really nice. And yeah, despite all my complaining on this run, because this is a run that you can win, and you can be like, yeah, cool, we won this run, but it's not a run that should have been this hard, right? Just don't offer me Rail Spike in the first card pack. That's that shit that gets me mad. That's that shit that pisses me off. We took damage on... Oh yeah, like we took... Daedalus was also close, right? We cut Daedalus close as well, I forgot. Anyway, enough complaining. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.